Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Sonder Social. I am Malika. I'll be leading you through this August setup for this week. I'm excited because I was able to host the last Sunday afternoon weekly setup. So if you're returning, welcome back. And if you are new, welcome. So I'm super excited about our Sunday crew and setting up our weeks together. Bailey and I were just on a call before this, and both of us are not doing the best health-wise. So pray for us because we need all the good energy right now going into our next week. We are going to get through this. Yes, Bailey. So yay, I'm so excited. There's a lot of folks who haven't seen me in a while. I know for some reason I like haven't, there was a period of time where I wasn't doing that many socials, so I'm really excited to get back into the swing of things. I hope I can continue to do more and bear with me. I'm hopeful that I'll get through this social. I just had a little bit of a food poisoning incident on Friday and I'm still kind of recovering. But anyways, I will stop talking and I will get right into it. Before we get started, just as a reminder, set your chat to everyone. That is the way we will all kind of communicate with each other throughout the social. I'm joined by the one and only Bailey, as I mentioned. She is dialing in from Nashville, Tennessee, and she will be kind of answering any questions you might have in the chat. She'll be hanging out with us tonight, so make sure to say hi to Bailey. But we'll go ahead and get started. So I'm going to kick us off. We have a lot to go through with the weekly setups. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Before we get started, though, I do want to mention we have an event coming up. It's called Back to School, Back to You. It's a free event, so make sure to mark your calendars if you're free on the 18th. And oh my God, Nikki, you're so sweet. If you're free on the 18th and you can attend, it'll be at 5 p.m. Pacific. And it'll be kind of a great event for you to really kind of think through about what direction you're growing into. And you'll be doing some guided exercises with our CEO, Meha. So it's really a way to kind of get the most of where you're going in life and really heading into the direction that you want to move towards. And make sure to invite people in your life. So this isn't just opened to Sonder fam, but it's also anyone in your life who might be interested. They're also welcome to attend as well. So bring a friend, bring a family member to join you if you have anyone in your life that would enjoy this event. So make sure to mark your calendars. Bailey shared that information with the sign up link. So check that out. And then we'll move into why we all came here. But before we get started, just a couple of reminders to the guidelines. Make sure to be kind and courteous to yourself and others. No promotions or spam. Respect everyone's privacy. No hate speech or bullying. Any product and accessory questions and care inquiries can go to hello@silkensonder.com. And especially with Sonder socials, especially the weekly setups, it's a way to kind of connect with one another, really get the most out of our socials. There's so much inspiration that you'll see in all these slides that are all from you all because you all have the best ideas and the ways that you set up these journals, you really make them into your own. And they're a great tool for us to really identify kind of how we can reframe these kind of templated pages and make them work for our week. So thank you all for kind of being so like sharing about what you do and how you set things up because that's kind of a great lever for all of us to really think about what works best for us in our new week. Okay. So let's start off with this month's theme of velocity. So for velocity, I really like to turn to page 3 to really level set on the definition. But velocity is defined as the rate of motion, action, or progress in one's personal journey, measuring not only just how fast, but how intentionally one moves forward in life. So really think about that as you think about velocity. Yes, Bailey also goes to the definition, but I also like to do look at the letter as well. And when I think about velocity, it's really I really like the way it was framed on that third paragraph on page 2, and it says, "Now I realize it's not just about speed; it's about direction." It's not just about checking boxes, it's about choosing which ones matter. True velocity is momentum that aligns with your values, your joy, and your season of life. So I really like kind of that reframe of what velocity is. I love that analogy with the check boxes. It's not just about doing all the things, because sure, we could do all the things and work our way down the to-do list, but like it's not just about the to-do list. It's about doing the things that matter to you, right? If we feel like we're not living in alignment, it tends to kind of cause a little bit of, like it just feels a little more you feel more restless. You feel like you're not in tune with what where you're going, and as a result, you feel kind of misaligned. So the velocity is all about kind of finding that direction, finding that goalpost, and that goalpost will always move, right? So it's all about kind of moving towards that direction that you want to move into, and being intentional about the way you spend your time. All right, so with that, we're gonna start us off with the velocity mind map. And for folks who are new to weekly setups, we always do a mind map for each of the weekly setup socials. We are on week 2, believe it or not, of August, which I cannot believe 2026 is going by so fast. So we are on week 2 of August. So we'll do the second week. And if you missed the first week for the velocity mind map, that's totally fine. Just take a screenshot, and you can always revisit the week 1 question if you want to fill that out. But for today, we are going to start off with the velocity mind map, then we'll move into our rosebud thorn, and then we'll finally close out with those weekly setup pages. Okay, so for the velocity mind map, turn to a blank page or turn to your pre-existing velocity mind map. And just remember, we kind of talked about the theme here. So, really thinking about the direction and the momentum of where we're going. It's not just about the speed, and we're going to focus in on velocity. So, for velocity, I love this kind of retro vibe we have for this mind map. These mind map slides are kind of fun. But the second mind map question here is the accelerator. So, velocity requires fuel. Let's map out the single highest vibe trigger available to you right now. Write down the one micro habit or action that instantly elevates your mood and shifts your pace in under 5 minutes. So, what is that kind of thing that you do, or that habit, or that ritual that you do that instantly elevates your mood? Is it that cup of coffee in the morning? Is it that, lighting a candle? Is it, making sure that your home is clean or whatever it may be, your bed is made? What is that like habit that you incorporate in your life that really shifts everything for you in your life? So think about kind of what that is for you, and I'll give you all a couple minutes, and then we will regroup. And feel free to share in the chat what your accelerator is once you've reflected. All right. Thank you all for sharing kind of what is your accelerator. I'm getting a lot of great ideas of what to incorporate in either my mornings or my evenings, to really kind of get me calm and get me in the right headspace. For me, I think I would say coffee is a very grounding ritual. So whether it be something I make at home or something I get outside. I just love kind of that coffee, that caffeine boost to get me through the day. And okay, Claire, I actually like local coffee shops. So I try to avoid going to chain coffee shops. So I try to support the local coffee. I also like the taste of local coffee more often than not. So I'm lucky I live in San Francisco and we are have a lot of great coffee shops that are local. Even though there are a couple chains that are near me, I try to go to the local ones as much as I can. But yeah, anyways, thank you all so much for reflecting and kind of thinking about what that accelerator is. I hope as we kind of move into our weekly setup, you can keep that accelerator, that habit in mind. Maybe you want to include it in your habit tracker to really kind of put yourself in the right headspace as you go into your week, so that you can also make sure that you incorporate that habit going forward. All right, so I will also move on to our rosebud thorn. This is all going to be on page, wait, hold on one second. Believe it is on page 36. So turn to page 36 for your Rosebud Thorn exercise. And for folks who are new to Rosebud Thorn, it's really a way to take inventory of what went well, what you're looking forward to, and then what's something that's been a challenge. So, oops. So I put my rosebud thorn. I always like to share with you. So, just as a reminder, rose is something that's going well, a highlight, or something that you're grateful for. Your bud is your new and emerging opportunity. It's something that's on the horizon. And your thorn is a challenge or something that you've been struggling with. So, my rose is I've been kind of hitting up Home Goods and Hobby Lobby a little too much lately. But I have been really excited because I've kind of picked out some decor that's very transitional into the fall months. But it's not like so transitional where it can't even work year round. So that's good at least. So I bought like I'll show you this one little thing I got. I got these like cool florals from Hobby Lobby and this cute little vase from Home Goods. So I'm like really excited about this. It's sitting on my desk. But yeah, just like little things in my apartment to bring out kind of that warmth and kind of those cozier vibes. So I'm really excited about that. I love just kind of making sure my apartment is very much me, because that is also something that's an accelerator for me. I also, another rose that I didn't put here, but is something that has been a core focus for me, is incorporating a lot of art and creativity in my day to day. I tend to push all that fun stuff aside because I just get wrapped up in work and just like I work all the time and I don't really do anything for myself. And that is kind of like my activity that I look forward to in the evenings. So I've been doing a lot of paint by numbers. I just bought a needlepoint exercise like project, and I've never done it before, so I'm excited to start that. So there's a lot of fun things that I try to incorporate in my creative space, even if it's like, just like little things. I think it's still fun to do. My bud is new and is like my Invisalign is coming up, my final weeks. I also went to the dentist this past Friday, and she said that I'm on track to get my retainers in 2 weeks. So I'm very excited to kind of close out my Invisalign process. I'm really happy that everything looks better. It feels like my bite is much better, so I'm happy that I chose to invest in myself. And that was my one thing that I really, really wanted to do in 2026, and I'm glad I did it. My thorn is obviously, I shared with you at the beginning. I don't look my best. I'm wearing my college sweatshirt, kind of feeling like a little frumpy today with no makeup. But I got food poisoning on Friday night, and I'm still kind of recovering from that. But slowly but surely. Um, Anyways, those are my rosebud thorns. I'll give you all some time to reflect on your rosebud thorn. I already see some folks already sharing, so that's great. Keep on doing that. So I'll give you all a couple minutes, and then we'll move forward to the weekly setup pages. All right. Thank you all for sharing your rosebud and thorn. I think what's really great is it's a good way to take inventory of how our week has gone so far and kind of the highs and the lows. And of course, sometimes it's really hard when those lows really feel low. But just remember that life is not always going to be roses. It's also gonna be up and down, and it's okay to kind of take inventory of what's not going well and how do you prioritize that going forward. So keep that in mind as you set up your week. And really think about kind of how you want to structure your week based off of what's been going on in your life. So with that, let's go ahead and flip the page and set up our weeks together. So we'll start off on page 30. Oops, hold on. Page 40 for this week. And we're going to start off with that box at the top. So this week I want to feel. So really think about kind of what that feeling is for you. How do you want to feel? It can be a word, it can be a phrase. What is that word for you? And write it down. So really think about what that is. Here are some words for you to kind of take a look at in case you want to have some inspiration. And once you've written it down, write it in the chat. I want to know how you want to feel. Share with us what that feeling is for you. Marcia, I totally agree with you. Healthy. I feel that right now. Um, Awake and aware. I love that, Rev. That's so beautiful. Renewed. I like that, Chris. Positive, excited, and chill. Purposeful. All right. Vibrantly ready to jump. Oh, I love that, Sandy. How fun. Um, Oh, Meredith, that's really cool. So after you finish the setup, you do this last. I kind of like that too. It's a great idea. Prepared, um, accomplished, in charge, another accomplished, rein it in, resilient. I love it. There's so many great adjectives and feelings that you are kind of setting your intention for the week. So thank you for sharing all of those great feelings. I think it's really good to kind of set the intention of how you want the week to go. And before you kind of get started with your Monday, I think it's like a great ritual to just kind of write it down. So thank you all for sharing. Now we'll move on to those weekly major three goals. So in the box right below, you will start creating your three goals. So for your three goals, they can really be anything. They can map and align with that feeling that you just wrote down, or it can be anything. It can be things that you wanted to get to that you haven't gotten to yet, and those are your three core focuses for the week. You can also look at your previous journal to see kind of what goals you still want to accomplish. If there's a challenge that you want to set yourself for the week, what is that challenge and write it down. If there's anything that you feel like is deterring you from feeling your best self, maybe you can write goals for how you want to spend your time. So thinking about kind of what that is for you. I like this idea here, kind of what is top of mind and what are those goals. So really think about what they are. Of course, goals in my mind are very much like measurable goals or very binary goals. So you can always think about it that way, but you can also make them a little bit more fluid. It doesn't have to be so like, measurable or anything like that. So it can just really be a to do that's really top of mind. That's a little bit more harder than like a typical task is kind of how I frame a goal. So one of my goals that I'll share with you all is I really need time off. I've been overworked and I'm hitting my burnout. Clearly, my body's also falling apart in the process. So I really think I need to go on a vacation, take some time off, and really hit the reset button for myself. And I'm going to kind of plan a longer vacation, maybe in October, so I have something to look forward to. So I will kind of try to craft out kind of what I'm going to do for that, hopefully this week. But anyways, I will give you all some time to set up your three goals, and then we'll move on to the to-do section next. All right. Thank you all for kind of reflecting on what those goals are and getting them written on your page there. And we'll now move forward to the weekly to-do section. So, the weekly to-do section, of course, you can set it up with a bunch of check boxes, and knock them out. But you can also, t adopt a different format. So, Here is the Eisenhower matrix. It really helps you prioritize what's urgent, and what's important. And then you can kind of have these different sections where you can do, decide, delegate, or delete. So your urgent and your important are your actual to-dos. Your not urgent but important are your decisions that you need to make. Your urgent but maybe not important are things that you can maybe delegate. And then your not urgent and not important are distractions that you need to remove. So think about kind of what that is for you. What are those detractors, and get them out. So you can set it up that way this week. You can also set it up a variety of different ways. So I love these different examples. There's so many to-dos that are set up so differently. I like this need, want, hope to-do list. So maybe you want to be a little bit more wish fulfilling, and really want to prioritize kind of what you need to get done and what you want to get done, and really think about it from that perspective. And then you can also flip it and change the to-do section and a not to-do section. So if there's anything that is almost like that delete section of that Eisenhower matrix, that would become kind of the whole to-do list. And it would be anything that's kind of distracting you from getting things done for your week. So really thinking about that is for you, and really prioritizing yourself in a way that makes you feel the most productive. You can also turn this into a bingo board and gamify it. So if you have stickers lying around or if you have colored markers, you can kind of scratch it off as you finish your action items. And it's kind of a fun way to make it like a fun bingo. So that's a good way to do it. And then often I resort to this format, which is kind of categorizing the different to-dos in your life. So sometimes I have like my Silk and Sonder stuff that I need to get done, or my work to-dos, except that one's always way longer. So I always punt that to somewhere else. And then you can always do like your home life, anything that you want to prioritize at home, your organization stuff, all those things can be put in this section as well. So I'll give you all some time to do your to-do section. I'm also going to walk us through the habit and activity section, so we can finish out this page before we move on to page 41. So let's go ahead and go through the habit and activity section so you can do both in the next couple minutes. So habit and activity section. I love this section because it's a great way to come up with those habits for your week. So I know we have kind of that monthly habit tracker. It could be those same habits here, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. So as we started off, we kind of talked about kind of our accelerator. What is that habit that we incorporate that makes us feel like we're moving in the right direction? So maybe that is something that you want to put on your habit tracker this week. But it can really be anything. You can see an example here at the top. It's really focused on kind of like your night routine, which I really love. You can see mine here. Mine is like very wellness oriented. So exercising, taking a nap, spending time with myself, just like being with myself and present, going outside and journaling. So those are my habits that I typically like to write down. And I also like this example in the middle. It doesn't always have to be just like a check the box. It can also be metrics. So if you are kind of making it more of like a health habit tracker, you can also write out your metrics for the each day. So that way you can kind of color code it. I like the way that she was color coding it based off of the trends. The fruit and veggie intake was a fun idea with making it almost like a Venn diagram. It's really a fun, creative way to take this. So it doesn't just have to be like a check. It can also be a space for you to write down, and then you can also color code it. So I'll give you all some time to set up your to-dos and your habit trackers, and we'll regroup for the meal plan section next. All right. We'll now move forward with the meal plan section next. So go ahead and flip the page to, sorry, not flip the page. Just focus on page 41. We don't need to flip the page here. For the meal plan section. And this is really a blank box. So I know that there are a lot of ways that people repurpose the next couple sections. So I'll kind of walk us through the meal plan, the mind, body, health plan, and the shopping list sections. But there are really kind of blank pages for you to take this in any direction. Of course, it can be a meal planner. So for folks who are really kind of trying to keep an active food log, or maybe just need some organization on what they're going to make for that week, absolutely use this section for its intended purpose for the meal plan. But you can also use this section for a lot of different ways. You can put your daily affirmation here. You can use this section as an exercise tracker. It can be an appointment log. It can be kind of like your like maybe you have a chore that you need to get done and you want to focus on it section by section. I like that cleaning plan section. I have a lot of things that I want to organize myself, so I'm gonna do like I'm gonna use this section as a organization tracker. So desk drawers, closet. I have two closets, gotta organize each of those. Just kind of different areas and my bathroom cabinets as well. So making sure that I do that. I also feel like it's a great way to use this is also like a place where you want to reflect every day or every night. It's kind of a bigger space, so you can use that as well. You can use this as almost like a wardrobe planner. So there's so many different ways you can use this, and I encourage you to really adapt it to best serve you. So really think about how you want to use it. I know folks like tend to change it up each week as well. So don't feel compelled to always use the way you did last week. But if it is working for you and you like the way you used it last week, continue to do so. But feel free to do that. Oh, Meredith, I love it. A daily moment of joy and a daily moment of strength. That's so great. I love that idea. And Katie uses it as she lists out one thing that made her smile. Oh, I love that. These are so positive and happy. It makes me so happy. So that those are again the greatest ideas come from all of you. So I love kind of how you all take this in each different directions. I'll also walk us through the mind, body, health plan and the shopping list, and then we'll regroup together for that I am loving section. So Your mind body health plan is really your self-care plan. So really think of this as like your little treat that you get to look forward to each day. So what is that treat for you? So for you, is it going to be kind of you can also use this as like a fitness tracker if you'd like. You could see mine. I just kind of put my different workouts, but you can also make this a little bit more holistic. So it can be I like this idea of Motivation Monday, Talk It Out Tuesday, Walking Wednesday, Thoughtful Thursday, and you get to kind of do a different activity for each of those. So you can really do this. Seven types of rest for each day. So you can really think about, I like this one too, journal prompts to help you kind of reflect and be more introspective each day. So there's so many different ways you can take this and really think of this as like your little treat yourself moment for your mind body health plan to help you get through the week. So that is kind of your mind body health plan. And then your shopping list, it can absolutely be kind of your things that you need to purchase, whether it be groceries, whether it be random shopping items, or it could also be anything you want it to be. So you can put a quote in here, a sticker, you can put your more intentions here, you can turn this into a bingo board. You can kind of make this almost like I like this calm scale. Maybe that person wanted to feel calm for the week, and so she wanted to measure how calm she felt. You can put, I like this idea as well. I never take breaks at work, so this is something that I should probably do, where you can take like mini breaks for when you're taking breaks at work and what those breaks could be. Some quotes that are really inspirational and that resonate with you. It can really be anything. So I encourage you to take that shopping list in any direction that serves you. So I'll give you all some time to set up your meal plan, your mind body health plan, and your shopping list, and then we'll regroup for the I am loving section at the very end. All right, we are nearing the end of our hour. But I want us to kind of get together to answer that last little section here, which is the I am loving section. So maybe roll your shoulders back a little and get comfortable. Maybe close your eyes for a moment, and really try to identify kind of what you're truly loving in your life right now. What is it? Is it that candle that you just got that smells delicious? Is it your home cooked meal that you're looking forward to? Is everything going really well at home? Is everything going well at work? Are things going well just in general? Are you feeling excited about, August or this new week? What is it that you've been working on, or what is it that you may have not been working on, but have just been really enjoying day to day? So really thinking about what that is. What are you enjoying in this moment? I love it. So thank you all. Oh, I love all of these reflections. Thank you for sharing. Oh my God, Bailey. I love Snoop Dogg. I'm dead. But yes, I love all of this. Thank you all for sharing kind of what it is that you're truly loving. Something that I want to share with you all is, in addition to loving doing all these Sonder socials again, because I've done three in the past week, which I'm super excited about. I have also been really loving really being creative again. It's really put me back into kind of the things that used to bring me joy when I was a little girl. So it's something that I'm truly loving these days as well. So I want to share that with you all. All right. So with that being said, our hour has ended. I'm so proud of each and every one of you for showing up for yourself in this hour, and really making sure that you really spent this time reflecting. You chose yourself in this hour. And I hope that going into your week, you feel a little bit less anxious. You have done the hard work in this hour to prepare yourself for the week ahead. And I hope that you have an incredible week going forward. So thank you all so, so much. And I will see you next time. Bye, everybody. Have a great week.